Hello and welcome back to Sonic Saturday, the show where I'm making my way through every single Sonic game. Today, we have another rapid fire compilation video, where this time we're going through all of the Sonic the Hedgehog Flash games I could get my hand on, and talk about the ones I couldn't. Thank you especially to Internet Archive user Ryan Sill for uploading the majority of the ones I played today in one folder with a Flash player. Let's get started. I was super confused with this one at first, as I failed to read the how-to guide before starting, but once I got into the game flow, I was able to figure out that it was kind of close to Puyo Puyo in a sense, except instead of grouping certain colors together, you have to group the hero's items together, then line that up with the character's face to make them disappear. I always love pick up and play puzzle games like this, so I definitely recommend this one. This is simply an advertising snippet for the full game. This time, it's simply Act 1 of Green Hill Zone from the original Sonic the Hedgehog. I thought it was going to be more than that, but no, I guess not. That's all there is. Would have been nice if there was at least one level included from all the different Mega Collection games. This is essentially a special stage where you guide Sonic through the tube with the mouse and try and get all of the Chaos Emeralds in one go, with 3 different difficulties. The fact that there were even an easy, normal, and hard mode is already more content than most of the games had so far, and I had a good time messing around with it. This was almost identical to a game we'll get to later, where it's just a short piece of the first level of Shadow the Hedgehog. You can even pick up weapons, and hilariously, everything you click makes a gunfire sound, and honestly can't get more on point of a game than that. It also has some of the same slippery problems as another game we'll get onto later. This is a Sonic 06 themed Breakout clone, except unlike Breakout, you're under time constraints and the ball moves slower than a turtle. This has the potential to be fun, but I'm not sure if it was just the ROM I had that was slow, but it would have been far more exciting if the ball moved even a little faster. At least the dedicated power-ups for the main 3 was a nice touch, and added some excitement when they happened. For how simple of a game this is, this felt like one of the more put-together ones I've played so far. It's a super short, but optimizing for the best score made me want to keep trying. The goal is simple: get to the end as quickly as you can while collecting as many rings as you can. The stretch of a level is only 30 seconds long, but I found it addicting, similar to Shadow the Hedgehog. Out of all the games I've played, this is probably the one that actually was a real game. The objective is to guide Sonic's shoes through a maze while avoiding enemies and the walls. I had quite a bit of fun with this game, and there was some actual strategy and skill needed here. What this has to do with secret rings, I guess I'll find out when I play that game, but definitely recommended. This is kind of cool for a marketing tactic, where this is basically another small portion of the real game, just like the last one with Mega Collection, and all you have to do is guide Sonic's jet ski through the water and collect rings when avoiding obstacles. This is definitely the kind of browser game I would have found myself playing back in the day. I like when little snippets of games are given as an incentive to buy the whole thing. This was an interactive website to promote the DS game where you guide Sonic through different levels and collect coins while talking to different characters to learn more about the game. It's really cool marketing, and if I was into games back then, I would have been all over this. I'm happy something like this was preserved. This game was fairly interesting. It's a timing-based game where you try and let go of your click at the right time to jump the longest distance. I had fun with this one, but unfortunately I can't tell you anything else because the ROM of it I got was purely in Japanese. This is entirely self-explanatory. Odd that they chose not to give it any more Sonic flair than the ring icon and turning the snake blue, but it's as fun as regular Snake is. This is a browser version of one of those Tiger Electronic LCD games. The goal is to guide Sonic's car through traffic by shifting left and right. The game's fun in concept, but it moves so slowly and makes such a horrific beeping noise every single time the screen updates. Muted, I could see this as a cool idea, but it's not very fun to play if you have the volume on. I'm being so serious when I say that if this wasn't in the official wiki zone, I would not have believed you that this was a Sonic game. It looks super fan-made, if anything. The goal is to jump around platforms and throw rings at enemies to free Amy from Dr. Eggman. I got a very short-lived time out of this, seeing as not only was there not much to do, but the controls are so slippery and very easy to fall off the stage. This is literally just Sonic XS, except they changed the background red and the Sonic sprite to black. Arguably really funny, but not much else to say. This game was weird. Simply, you have 60 seconds to click on as many things as humanly possible and get a high score. Personally, I was bored before the time was even up on my first playthrough. Would have been interesting if it was something closer to Fruit Ninja. This is exactly the same game as Sonic Heroes Puzzle, but now with the boom characters and their weapons instead of items. Not much else to report. This game is exactly what you think it is. It's a simple virtual jigsaw with a picture of Sonic and Shadow on it. It's a little hard to see where the pieces were going because all of the pieces stay on the board after getting mixed up, so the first few are really hard to place with so much stuff in the way. But the game is pretty generous with snapping the pieces into place. I bet you could take a guess at exactly what this game is. It's exactly the Sonic Adventure 2 puzzle, but now with an advanced 2 picture of Sonic and Cream the Rabbit. I guess this was a Nike ad that turns the Sonic 1 Green Hill Zone into an endless runner. This is a cool idea and pretty fun. I even played a few different rounds of this one. It's a really fun bit of Sonic history. This is a quick list of games that I couldn't play for various reasons, but mostly because of poor preservation. Sonic Putter Flash, Sonic at the Olympic Games, Sonic Level Creator, Sonic Slider, Sonic X Bowling, Sonic X Color Blast, Sonic Emerald Grab, Sonic Speed Spotter 1, 2, and 3, Sonic X Shuffle 1, Sonic Bonus Game, Sonic Heroes Competition, Where's Sonic, Mini Toy, Sonic Night in Training, Speed Sphere Challenge, the Sonic McDonald's game, and all 3 of the Sonic 3 Flash games that were made for the movie. This was a really fun look into the strange corner of Sonic games, and I feel like I have a bigger understanding of the franchise after this. I grew up playing Flash games on the family computer all the time, so doing this episode really felt like a time machine back to my childhood. What did you think of the Sonic Flash games? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe while you're down there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.